Maritime crime has been a great challenge within the global waters. Gulf of Guinea not being an exception.
Hello, good day viewers. Welcome to the Maritime Odyssey, a Nimasa program where we enlighten our viewers on happenings within the Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency, within our marine ecosystem, and of course, the global maritime space. Now let's get down to today's conversation, which is the Deep Blue Project. In simple terms, the Deep Blue Project is a security infrastructure architecture launched under the then President Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR, and of course is sustained by the present administration led by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Our guest today would give us a better understanding and perspective of our topic. Please welcome Mr. Tuti, Easton, Hebron. He is a Deputy Director in the Deep Blue Project Department of the Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be on this platform, and also it's an honor for me to throw light to the Deep Blue Project initiative.
Thank you very much for gracing our invitation. We really appreciate you. So let's start by explaining to our audience, what does the Deep Blue Project mean? What is it all about?
The Deep Blue Project is officially known as Integrated National Security and Waterways Protection Project. It was initiated in 2017 by the defunct Federal Ministry of Transportation, now Federal Ministry of
Marine and Blue Economy. Yeah.
It is a collaborative security architecture with the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria through the Ministry of Defense. The aim and objective of the project is to sustain an architecture for increased monitoring and compliance enforcement within the Nigerian exclusive economic zone and by extension the Gulf of Guinea. The project was, like you mentioned earlier, was inaugurated on the 10th of June 2021 by the former President and the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces. We deployed the assets on the 14th of November 2022 and have sustained the operations prior to the deployment to this state now.
Interesting. Talking about the deployment of the assets and bearing in mind the recorded challenges of security in Nigeria, right? And in the Gulf of Guinea, like you mentioned, what impact would you say the deployment of those assets have had in our strategic, in that strategic maritime area where it was deployed?
Maritime crime has been a great challenge within the global waters. Gulf of Guinea not being an exception. You recall that in 2021, the piracy incidents within the Gulf of Guinea was on the rise, and the International Maritime Bureau recorded 63 cases within a quarter, and by the introduction of the Deep Blue Project in 2021, after the deployment, we experienced a drastic drop by 58%.
Wow.
Over
half of it.
Then after the deployment of the access, we experienced 70% drop. And by the end of 2022, 2021, we have sustained a zero recorded piracy case within the waters. That on its own, have improved the waters, making it calm, and thus attracting investors who have now come in. you will also know that prior to this development, the Gulf of Guinea, Nigerian EEZ inclusive, was tagged as a war risk area. And by so doing, it the insurance premium applied to.
I think for this, let's not preempt my question. I have some very important and interesting question in that light.
Okay, then.
Okay, talking about the drop in all the crimes and all the challenges, attracting investors, which means that there has been a transition from an oil export dependent economy towards a blue economy. And of course, a level of attributes can be given to the Deep Blue project. How would you say this transitioning is helping, or this project is helping in this transitioning from an oil dependent economy to a blue economy?
Yes, the country have been on that for a very long time, and the need to shift from depending on the oil to other revenue sources became inevitable. Now, you agree with me, the Gulf of Guinea has been a good hotspot in terms of resources that are yet tapped. Statistics have it also that the Gulf of Guinea has 25% of maritime traffic carrying goods
in Africa.
Across the world. It has also proven that within the African context, we have the best oil reserve. About 60% of African oil reserve is within the Gulf of Guinea. Not to mention about the fishes.
Fishes, very true.
The Gulf of Guinea is among the 4 top ranked best fish
Locations. Oh, nice.
Now, this on its own has shown that this is a center of attraction. Having deployed the Deep Blue project, like I rightly said, a collaborative project with the Armed Forces of Nigeria aimed at sustaining calm waters. The attraction comes in. Transition has been very peaceful. There have been an increase in patronage and the economy of the country is being shifted. Collaborations have also gone in between Nigeria and other countries to attract investors in different forms to come, so that within the context of the blue economy, which you know is very vast,
it is.
Resources can be harnessed and our economy can be boosted. You know, in the blue economy, we have the fishery on one side, the research going on one side, the oil and gas, which has always
still
been
going there,
and then quite a number of mining need also to be harnessed from the blue economy. The expectations is in no short time, the blue economy will be the second pilot towards the nation's economy drive.
Boost. Interesting. So that speaks of a lot of resources, you know, within our maritime domain. That an adequate blue economy, you know, would help harness these resources for the betterment of the nation, for the betterment of the country, and you know, even the region at large. So, how sustainable is the Deep Blue project, and what more can Nigerians expect from Nimasa as far as support? Because we talked about the collaborative effort with the Armed Forces of Nigeria. So, what more can Nigerians expect as far as support in securing our nation's waterways in collaboration with the Armed Forces?
When it comes to the issue of security, is everyone's business, but it's conferred legally to a few organizations like the Armed Forces, which we're in collaborations with.
Particularly the Navy.
Particularly the Navy and others too. But let me interest you to know that the Deep Blue project has the major security organizations, including the intelligence organizations, in order to achieve the set mandate of maintaining calm waters. Like I mentioned, security is everyone's business.
Yeah.
So expectedly, all the stakeholders within the maritime industry are major players in the provision of such securities.
Okay.
We have the buy-in of the IOCs
Yeah.
in terms of the Deep Blue project, and we have also have interest parties coming from the international community to support the project.
Okay.
It pay us a lot of visit. That on its own is a boost to maintaining it. Most importantly, the political will.
Yeah,
The present
very
administration have really thrown its weight towards supporting the Deep Blue project for you to actualize that. Additional responsibilities have also come to the country. I believe you are aware of the extension of the continental shelf, which has added more responsibilities
yeah.
to securing that. And the expectations of the international community is for Nigeria to
Should be quite high.
extend the calmness we benefit from now within our EEZ and the Gulf of Guinea up to that area of expansion. And like I mentioned to you earlier, the present administration is behind ensuring that the economy boosts. They are really throwing
Their wave.
a wave to ensure that we assist that.
That's striving.
They're striving.
That's interesting. It's interesting to know that as far as Nigerians are concerned, Nigerians should expect a more robust economy that a lot of other aspects are brought in, aside the oil dependency, which has been on for so long, that would reflect on the citizenry of the nation. Initially I had to cut you short when you were preempting my question. So now let's come to the war risk insurance.
Yeah.
Can you throw more light, speak to Nigerians? For those that don't know, the war risk insurance is an insurance that vessels that call into the country pay higher funds, higher fees, higher premium due to high insecurity to ensure that their items and the goods and the vessel itself is insured. Unlike other areas where so to throw some light, speak to Nigerians on the issue of the war risk insurance as it affects our country, our dear country. How can the Deep Blue project potentially reverse this negative development that has been on us for a long time?
Yeah, you recall I mentioned earlier that we had drastic decline in the armed robbery at sea cases and the sea piracy. For instance, in 2020 we had 35 cases, and by 2023 to 2024 right now we have 0. In 2020, the nations is listed among the high risk maritime nations, and that created the imposition of high premium to vessels coming into Nigeria. With the decline and the calm waters we're experiencing right now, Nigeria has been delisted, and that has encouraged investors to come into the country. The government also have been pushing incentives of encouraging investors to come in, riding on the opportunities we have right now that the waters are calm, the high risk premium have been reduced, and we're experiencing a boost in the economy that's coming in. The Blue project is a part of the architecture that supported maintaining such calm waters in terms of securities and all that
safety of the waterways, to ensure that this war risk premium is dropped and to the barest minimum, if possible, scrapped in its generality from our waterways. That's interesting to know, and I think it's a good note to hang our boots in this conversation, and I appreciate you for shedding more light on this discussion, and at least for the few minutes we spent enlightening our viewers on what the Deep Blue project is really about. We can't but say thank you so much, sir, for your time, and thank you to our dear viewers for staying glued to this podcast show. You can watch this episode again on our YouTube channel at Nimasa Official, and please don't forget to subscribe to all our social media handles at Nimasa Official and Maritime Odyssey by Nimasa. See you next time, and bye for now.